we're in Savannah. Today we're going to the Savannah College of Art and Design. Then we're going to an agency called BFG to meet one of the founders of Geekend.
And then we're going to Paula Deen for some buttery goodness.
We're here in Savannah, Georgia at SCAD, also known as Savannah College of Art and Design. We're going to talk to the great folks here about how they bring the creativity and innovation of their students to the companies that they work with.
We're at the Savannah College of Art and Design with Victor. Victor, what's going on here?
We are at the Digital Media Center at SCAD. It's one of our 60 buildings in Savannah. We're in front of the CX3, the latest backhoe by JCB, a project that we did in collaboration with JCB. We're very proud to say that our industrial design department have 100% of their students working with industry and doing real projects for real clients, solving real problems.
This is a very real project. So students are partnering here with actual companies creating real objects, real projects.
Yeah,
Tell me about
real
that
problems. Last year we had 27 industry-sponsored projects. This is just one of those, and this actually went to production. So students get exposed to the corporate world where they have very clear objectives and they know what their issues are, and they usually have good research behind. Or the entrepreneur that have a dream, or have the next golden egg, and how do you teach an entrepreneur how to make their dream come true? So we work with both sides.
So we're looking at this beautiful piece of machinery. Tell me what is it that SCAD students were involved with in the design of this?
JCB is a British company, and they have a global reach. And our involvement with that was to help them understand the American market, helping them understand what are the expectations here, how different we are, and how effective they can be in adapting to that change. So it's a great relationship.
Victor, awesome. What a great program. What a great thing you're doing for students, and what an awesome opportunity for brands.
Thank you for being
companies.
here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're with Chris from JCB. So you guys have utilized this program at SCAD to help create this.
Absolutely. Basically, SCAD's right in our backyard, and if you think about, we've got, when you're in the construction industry, you start to tend to look at things with blinders on, and you've got these students, young, eager, faculty's challenged as well. There's no blinders. They challenge everything, and they really look at different ways to present, and market our product. And one of the areas we challenged them with was making our backhoe loader more aggressive, more, appealing for our marketplace here.
You've got this amazing success story under your belt. Will you be using SCAD for additional product development that you might not have the time or resources for had that relationship not existed?
Absolutely. We've actually been working with them for about 3 years now, and this is just one of the projects that we've worked with them on. They've helped us with cab design on our skid steer loader. They've helped us with attachment design as well. So this is an ongoing effort, because again, with SCAD being, they're the top in the nation. When them being in your backyard, you want to be able to utilize your resources. So being able to have these fresh minds give us all these new ideas. Absolutely. This is one of those things when you start it, yeah, you're a bit skeptical, but you start seeing the results, and it's wow. Why not use them?
Excellent. Great. Thank you very much. All right, we're in a beautiful square downtown Savannah with Sloan Kelly from BFG. Sloan, what do you do?
So I'm BFG's Director of Interactive Strategy. So I'm kind of the person in charge of kind of the big ideas, the thinking behind what we're doing in the digital space for a bunch of different brands.
We met you through world famous Hal Thomas, who was actually hired in a unique way. Can you tell us about that?
Definitely. So Hal Thomas was the first person that I actually hired via Twitter. And you might be wondering, well, what does that mean, hired via Twitter? Well, I actually started asking people to apply for jobs in our content department using Twitter. So 140 characters to be memorable, catch my attention, and basically show me their social media skills, and also just kind of how creative they can be within sort of that set block of 140 characters.
140 characters is the new resume.
I would say so.
You guys are a small agency. We're a small agency.
Yes.
We love small agencies. Why small agency versus big agency?
It's a good question. We talk to our, prospective new clients a lot about that, and I think what they often like is that there's more immediate content or contact with some of the, higher up directors or whatever, and even if the budget is a little bit smaller, they're not just getting kind of passed down the line to someone else, that they can actually just sort of have immediate contact with us from kind of day one and all the way through the project.
You're also involved in something pretty cool in Savannah called Geekend. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. So last year we actually started Geekend, and BFG is a huge part of that. We also have a couple of local partners, the Hodesh family, and they've been great to work with. So it's been kind of them and BFG really driving this. And Geekend is essentially an interactive conference. It's about 2.5 days long and takes place here in lovely Savannah, Georgia, and just kind of brings out a lot of interesting players from the digital space, really from all over the country.
So you're bringing in interesting, interactive, creative people from across the country and putting together different panels, workshops. What happens?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a mix of all that. We have some great speakers who come out, kind of share their stories, their perspectives. We also really, I think, do a great job of kind of spotlighting some of the amazing talent that's here in the Southeast. The region has become known as the Creative Coast over the last couple of years, and it's not just words, there's really some meaning behind that. There's a lot of interesting people who are living and working here and doing some amazing things. So this is also kind of an outlet for them to not only get together and network, but to also share the cool stuff that they're doing.
We want to know more about BFG. We want to know more about Geekend. Where do we go?
So BFG, we're all over the social media space. We have an agency blog that people tend to love, so check that out. It's blog.bfgcom.com. Geekend, we're at geekend2010.com, and again, all over the social media spaces.
Sloan, awesome.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. Thanks.
You know we can't turn down great barbecue. Just heard about this place called Angel's Barbecue. Let's go. Pulled pork.
Mac and cheesiness.
We're here at Paula Deen Enterprises. Hopefully she whipped up some tasty treats for us.
We're at Paula Deen headquarters with Philip. Philip, what do you do for Paula Deen?
I handle everything digital, from programming to social media marketing to online partner relations.
Who would have thought buttery goodness could be digital?
It's incredible how people react to my brand, my boss. It is always surprising. It was surprising to me, when I started here. It's been, 2 years now, 2.5 years. How people do react to Paula. It's not like repping a brand like Kraft. It's just, which is big and monolithic and has all these associations with it. My brand walks, my brand talks. And my brand's on TV 5 times a day, and she's every bit as nice as she seems to be.
How do you maintain the brand voice? And then obviously Paula can't do everything.
Right.
So how do you decide what's appropriate for Paula to handle, what's appropriate for somebody else on the team to handle, and at the same time keep an appropriate brand voice?
It can be a difficult thing to discern. Things that are more immediate channels, I try to like Twitter. I try to make sure that Paula's involved as much as possible. Responding to questions, through the Paula_Dean Twitter account, we try to get her input. Basically, she talks, I type. Things like Facebook, where we can schedule things ahead, where there's not that sense of immediacy. Generally, we'll get some input from her, but we'll handle those in-house. As far as appropriate, it's almost self-identifying. You know, if we show Paula something and she likes it, it's automatically appropriate. Again, you know, a big bonus of having a walking, talking brand.
What are you looking to accomplish on, say, Facebook? And how do you measure the success?
And that's a great question. We're grappling with that now. It's like, what's a good response rate? You know, and for us, it's on a very meta level because we post something and we'll get, you know, 1.4 million impressions within 48 hours. We'll get, you know, 2,000 likes and 1,100 comments. And it's really hard to say, is that good? Because we don't know. I mean, there's not enough history there, and I don't think there's enough history for anybody yet to say, what's the value in that? You know, did the X work better than Y? Well, yeah, it did, but aside from the pure ratio, you know, what's the level that you have to pass to say that was good and that worked and we should do more of that? Because right now everything works at least a bit.
What are you doing moving forward? What are you excited about?
We're doing a lot of incremental innovation. You know, we're looking at our traffic and saying, what are people coming to us for? And trying to make it easier for them to get what they came for. Most people that come to our site are looking for a recipe. So we're trying to develop new tools that make it easier to find exactly the recipe you were looking for. We're really, really excited about the new Facebook social graph stuff. You know, that's of course tempered by the privacy issues, but more excited than apprehensive.
If we want to learn more, where do we find Paula on Twitter?
www.pauladeen.com, Paula_Dean, D-E-E-N, on Twitter, and Facebook.com/Paula Dean.
Oh, thank you. What an awesome day in Savannah. Boy, did we get a dose of Southern hospitality. We started off at SCAD, where we learned the value of business partnering with education and creating opportunity for everyone. We also got to drive the Flex under a huge bulldozer. And then we met Sloan from BFG. Always great to hear other agencies' perspectives and how 140 characters is the new resume. And a little bit about Geekend. There's a really cool event that's happening in Savannah, pulling together all creative people within the creative community. And then Paula Dean Enterprises. Awesome to meet some of the people behind Paula Dean and what it's like to work with a brand that's alive. And there's butter.